All right, Kumo has officially dropped. After months of development, it is finally complete. If you are a pro user on VidNinjas, you should see it on the left side of your dashboard. Now, for those of you that don't know what Kumo is, that is a new tool that was added to VidNinjas, which is a software that we are developing here. Now, again, you need to be a pro user in order to see Kumo here on the left side. And this is what it looks like. Okay, now the purpose of Kumo is to help you find video ideas, video titles, and niches. So a lot of people always ask me like, okay, how do I come up with a niche? How do I pick a niche? How do I create an original niche? You use Kumo. The thing about Kumo that I need to explain is that it's not like everything else out there. It doesn't use AI, right? A lot of these other softwares are like, oh, they give you ideas, but in the back end, it's just ChatGPT, Which is why when we dropped VidNinjas, it didn't have like a title generator or a niche finder or anything like that because we didn't want to bullshit you guys. So for months, we sat down, we studied Google's algorithm, we studied YouTube's algorithm, and this is mathematically the best way to find a niche. This isn't just AI giving you recommendations, all right? This is based on Google's knowledge graph. Now, for those of you that don't know what that is,
think of Google like a library with 1 billion books. Right now, you're walking through the aisles hoping you find something good. Kumo walks in, scans every shelf in 2 seconds, and tells you which books nobody's checked out yet. So yes, Kumo goes and scans millions of topics inside Google's actual database and comes back with hidden niches that nobody's making videos about yet. You're not guessing anymore. You're finding what's already there, but nobody's found.
For example, now in this search bar, you can either put a word or a competitor's YouTube channel. But I'm just going to put in a word, which is religion, right? A lot of people want to go into the religion niche. So this is what it would look like if you used Kumo. Once you do that, you just click validate here on the right side and you give it a second. Now this takes maybe about a minute and there we go. Look at that. Look how cool it looks. So from here, you can interact with all of these little nodes. You can move them around. And as you can see, the word religion, you see this little code down here? Google and YouTube, they don't see the word religion. If you're talking about religion, what they see is this little code down here. M06BVP. And if you search this code, which is random, right? It's just random gibberish. AI Overview tells you that the identifier refers to religion in the context of Google's knowledge graph and YouTube data API topics. Do you see where this is going? So creativity aside, this is using math to give you a winning niche, to give you winning ideas. As you can tell, every single thing here has a code in it. We're very open about where in the knowledge graph you're going to be. So from here, you kind of freestyle. Yes, we want to go into the religion niche, but we want to micro niche into Christian versus atheist debate. Nah. The story of Jesus Christ. I feel like that's too saturated. Hinduism explained. Buddhism for beginners. What is Islam? History of Christianity. Maybe. World religion ranking. Greek mythology explained. This one's interesting as well. So out of all the ones it gave me, I like these two. Now, what I'm going to do here is click on History of Christianity, scroll down, and expand cluster adjacency. Now, what that does is that it creates more nodes based on the phrase History of Christianity. Now, as you can see, there is a color coordination with the nodes now, the little bubbles. If you scroll down, you can see that they all have a meaning, which is pillar, anchor, bridge, collision. These are different styles of titles that Google actually recognizes, right? And there's a whole video for that. I'm probably gonna link it down below. Or you can scroll up to the top and click on node strategy. That's going to teach you exactly what each one of these mean, okay? But anyways, back to the nodes. As you can see, it gave me a shit ton here. I'm just gonna start moving them, separating them a little bit, and let's just start reading it, right? From the history of Christianity, I can micro niche into how Gothic cathedrals were built, medieval engineering. Look at that. Okay, we can start a channel that's in the religion niche, but we don't necessarily talk about religion or religion stories like everyone else does. We talk about how they built the churches, the engineering behind it. Wait, that's actually kind of fire. Hold on. Yeah, and then the algorithmic advantage is that it bridges the gap to the large architecture and engineering communities by focusing on the incredible technical achievements of the era. Okay, so this mixes history, engineering, and religion. Now, I don't know anything about the religion niche on YouTube. I don't know if that's a thing already. If it's not, you'd be the first one to do it. But okay, that one is great, focusing on just Gothic cathedrals. The history of the Knights Templar, you can micro niche into that. That sounds cool. The history of the Crusades. Point is, Kumo's going to give you random stuff like this. The idea is that it doesn't give you something straight up, right? You read something like this, right? The strange history of pillar saints. And you have to work with it and be like, okay, maybe I won't do the pillar saints, but I can do like another micro niche. From here, I would expand cluster adjacency and see what it gives me, right? Maybe more micro churches or micro cults within Christianity. There we go. Just start moving things around here, right? And you just keep going, man. You just keep expanding until you see a title or a topic that really catches your eye, and you see if anyone's done it on YouTube, and boom, that's how you find it. But the great thing about this is, we got all of these different micro niche topics and ideas from the original node that was religion. Yeah, so decoding Christian symbols in Renaissance art. We're going into the religion niche. We're talking about Christianity, but we're only focusing on the symbols and the meaning behind the art. Now, that might sound kind of stupid to some of you, right? But there is this YouTube channel. This channel gets 3 million views every single month. In the last 365 days, it's gotten 69 million views. And if you look at it, they just break down paintings. Now, they do paintings in general. If you wanted to hop into this niche, you wouldn't go and copy him, right? Because Kumo told us that we can micro niche into just Renaissance art. And I think that's a great idea. I think that's a banger. So, okay. I would be doing decoding Christian symbols in Renaissance art. I would click copy. I would paste it in here. Click validate entity. And once it's done, it's going to build a little graph for you. We're going to ignore that. We're going to go to protocol and then generate 5 video protocol. Now this is going to do everything that I explained in the other video, which was the node strategy. It's going to tell you exactly how to start by creating your first video, which is the pillar. That is not supposed to go viral. It is not supposed to go crazy. It is just to tell you, the YouTube algorithm, that this is your niche, right? There is a specific way that you have to start dropping videos in order to build authority within the niche, in order to start getting impressions. So this solves the, okay, I want to create a niche, but how do I get video ideas for it? Kumo does it for you. So the first video I would be posting is the complete guide to Christian symbols in Renaissance history. Then I have decoding the colors of Renaissance art, the ultimate guide to sacred pigments. And as you can tell, this is a ghost entity. Now, what a ghost entity is means that this topic here, it exists in Google's knowledge graph, but nobody has ever done it. The hidden language of hands, a complete guide to gestures in masterpiece paintings. It even gives you a hook. Required mentions, it tells you what you have to say in order to appear in recommended for this niche. Bendecito Latina, St. John the Baptist, Fresco, Michelangelo, and Doctrine. It even gives you a hook example. Now this is just the pillars. We can make like collisions. So all we do is click the plus sign there and it starts creating 5 new titles. There we go. Ghost entity, the illegal Renaissance paint made from ground up human corpses. What? Target mummy brown pigment. What is this? Yeah, this is real. This is the painting, I suppose. This painting here was made with flash? What? I don't know if I'm understanding this right, but if that's the case, that's a banger. This video is a banger. Pope, well, Michelangelo hid from the Pope. The banned masterpiece painted by a wanted murderer. These are all bangers. And of course, you can generate more by going down and clicking here. You can also do cluster titles, anchors, and pillars. Everything is here for you. If you have VidNinjas, super easy. You just click add to dojo. It's right here. Sorry, mine's a little bit mixed up all over the place, but it would be here. You would click edit, then you would do run research, and it will write the script for you. Again, this is its first of its kind. And the titles, the micro niches it gives you, the topics, everything is based on what Google actually wants. But yeah, this is for you to just dive in, start expanding nodes and see what you find, The objective, like I said from the beginning in 2026, is to, approach YouTube, but completely original. This community for 2 years, it was the same advice of like, oh, copy competitors, just copy their titles, their thumbnails. This is a better approach. Right, you guys saw me do it with all of the real estate channels, the gas channels, things that nobody was doing. And Kumo's perfect. I think it's the perfect tool. And if you go into the Discord and you go to show your results, this guy, Will Mack, good buddy of mine, he said first 3 videos using Kumo strategy, anchor, pillar, and cluster. And these were the results. His first video, 3.4K, one of them 20K, and this one over here, 18K. It's insane. It works. But yeah, go ahead and try it out. Have fun.